Hello YouTube, EVANDERtHeGOTH here, and I'm with my own little Resident Evil theory for Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Which I'm so excited for, by the way. And as you can see, I'm playing Resident Evil 2 with little mods. This is supposedly a Dead Space 2 security skin, but honest, the faceplate reminds me of the Federation forces from Metroid Prime series. But I thought it was cool to play with a mod. So anyways, I just watched a video, and I would respect everyone's opinion with these theories and everything, because they're just theories in the Resident Evil community. But give me a second. Where was it? There it is. So I just watched a video by the Critical Drinker and a handful of people from the Residents of Evil and their theories. And they had some interesting things. They stuck to only about a handful of theories of combining certain characters, and I get that. My theory, thought, and talk is going a little more out there. For one, Alyssa Ashcroft's daughter, Grace Ashcroft, has, for one, whitish, silver, like platinum blonde hair. Now, my theory is, well, what other characters have had that hair color that could have been her dad? For one, no one's wondering who her dad is. Also, other characters that could possibly maybe be theorized to pop up, like, what about Billy Cullen? He's still missing. Or the guy who was talking in the chair, what kind of accent did he have? And what other characters in Resident Evil have had that kind of accent? Those are my theories I'm sort of theorizing and asking, because, I mean, that's a plethora of theories to ask of what to do, you know. They're just theories, and this is just my opinions on it, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt and respect other people in the Resident Evil community's opinion, and don't say that your opinion is fact, because we all know already that Leon is not the main playable character. That has been told and said, and we've told that's Grace Ashcroft, and I'm okay with that. A new female protagonist in Resident Evil is kind of nice, because there's a lot of male protagonists, and we've played more male characters in the game than female, maybe? I'll have to go through all the games, actually, how many characters. I know Leon's been in a lot of games. Well, Resident Evil guy, and I guess that's like a clone of Leon, which is still, that's Leon, in another game in my way. So let's see, Leon was in 2, 4, Gaiden, 6, and supposedly he's going to be in 9 now. And also, unless you also count his little mention in Code Veronica, because that's just a mention, you know? Do I have boards? No, I don't. Oh, yeah, that's right. Ooh, zombie breaks the window. But, yeah. So, like, those are, like, some of my questions as to who it might be. I'm just really, like, wondering who her dad is. Because what if he's the one who's looking for... But then again, you also be wondering, like, some other theories is, some people think that they're going to be able to... They were theorizing in the video with Critical Drinker that they were going to maybe... You know, what if we, like, went and saw a skeleton of Joseph Kendo, I think it was. Or was it Robert Kendo? I think it was Robert Kendo. But either one, it was... I don't think the gun store would survive. For one, a lot of the city was destroyed. The RPD parts were destroyed. But if you remember, and this is just taken apart from one of the Resident Evil movies, the last one, the final chapter. Remember in the final chapter when they went back to the original nest thing, and below it was an even bigger nest in the original Requiem computer? Like, what if it's something like that in the RPD, where the nest was original, you know? Bigger nest. Because one of their theories was, and you could actually get this from I think it was from Outbreak, but when you first, you know, see the thermal barrack bombed out Raccoon City from the end of that, you know, you think and wonder, my knife is losing health. You wonder, well, could it be under there, you know, because at the end of that clip there was what is it, a viewing station, I guess is what you would call it. That's how I would see it, you know? Oh, he's only got his hand left. I'm gonna grab these boards and board this up and think of some more theories. But yeah, no, I mean, the RPD probably wouldn't be the end, but, you know, what if we also don't just stay in Raccoon City? What if we actually go back to the Arkley Mountains and get to walk there and go back to the Spencer Mansion? I mean, that's a theory there too, you know? Really? I don't fall while I'm theory talking. Try getting them now. Well, my knife is like half dead. I mean, I think it'd be really cool. They were also theory talking because they want to try to, and I get trying to theorize other Outbreak characters possibly, and which is a good idea. Like, what if one of the Outbreak people was, you know, the villain? But I wanted to say, what if it was one of the main characters? Another theory they were having, which it's just a theory, talking, you know, talking whatever, da-da-da-da-da. But what if, Leon, some people think, what if Leon was the bad guy? Or Leon dying, and this is the end of Leon, end of it. Because they're saying it's an end of a specific type of era, because they want to make, I think, more horror focused with the action sense, but still make it more horror focused. That's why they're bringing a new character. You can still have the old character pop up. They're just doing away with the names, is I think why they say the end of an era. It's an end of the number era for Resident Evil, and into the naming title era. That's my theory on it, anyways. But well, what's the other theories? I'm gonna use that word a lot, so I apologize. I did not write down notes. I'm not going to, because that's not fun. But bet there's a zombie on the ground here crawling. Where'd he go? Where'd he crawled down? He was on. He crawled down there and he's like trying to pretend to be dead. But yeah, so how many characters you could think of who would be the bad guy? I don't think they would just outright kill a mainline Resident Evil character. I don't think any really mainline Resident Evil characters have ever actually been killed off, actually, now that I think about it. We talk about it, but is there really a character that has just died? Don't have shotgun yet, I'm just picking it up anyways. I remember like not getting that to work. Think we shotgun shells? Oh, they're in that one. Ah. But yeah, no, you know, what characters? I'm still wondering, like, who is her dad, you know? Could he be involved? Or what previously so-called, you could theorize what previously thought to be dead Resident Evil villains. I mean, some people are trying to suggest that they were theorizing one of them was, oh, what if not Alex Wesker was still alive? Well, you know, because she transferred her mind into the body of the girl from Revelations 2. Yeah, Umbrella could be working underground in secret still all this whole time. Or it could have been the HCF military that Wesker was part of, or it could be the Connections, who is actually old set of a bunch of Umbrella thing. What if we actually brought in cloning? That's another thing. Clones. It has kinda been hinted and done that there are clones. The Mr. X tyrants, they're all clones of one person's DNA. So technically the ability to clone is in the game. I don't know why I'm putting that away. But I don't know. Okay. hold on. I finally got that done. But yeah, I mean, would it really be... I don't really think it'd be Alex Wesker, in all honesty, because currently she's living with Barry, as far as we know. We don't actually know the exact timeline, do we, of when Resident Evil 9 is currently taking place? Because I don't think we do. Oh, he's so loud in my ear, the zombie. Like, we also haven't quite known what has happened to, like, Barry or Rebecca, and there are other characters that are still alive from, like, Stars that we don't know about yet. Totally never remember the number of combos. 106 and 109. Okay. But, you know, I'm enjoying wondering who is always going to be this bad guy. And then they were theorizing, this monster could be Grace's mother, and that she's not actually dead, she's a mutated monster. I'm like, that's a little, in my mind, my book, that's a little far-fetched. Why? Because it just doesn't look like her. I'm guessing it's probably a reference to it. So they were also theorizing Lisa Trevor. Well, what, like I said, you go back to Mansion and Lisa Trevor's actually there. But what if Lisa Trevor has finally mutated because, you know, she was like invincible back into having a mind sense? I don't know. It's a theory. She could have had time over time to, like, really change it up how she might shape her body, because she could recover from anything. Because we don't know if she was ever actually dead. She just grabbed the skull of her mother, and then that was it. And yeah. What's another theory I can think of? So yeah, we talked about their Lisa Trevor one. I was wondering if it was more like, you know, the suspended liquor from Outbreak. I mean, it could be a reference enemy, and that someone actually wanted to bring that enemy back in a way. So, you know. Oh, I didn't pick up ammo there. We bring back the suspended liquor would be interesting. You know, they experimented on it, and it got bigger and tougher. But, you know. I totally just missed 2 shots there. I mean, I want to see more enemies. I really want to go back to zombies again. Like, but one of them was trying to say, no, I don't really want the slow, shambling zombies. I want, like, why? We're not talking about Dawn of the Dead. Resident Evil zombies were still, you know, impactful. Is he coming up this? He is coming literally up the stairs. Wow. I would like to see Crimson Heads actually make a return in Resident Evil 9 Requiem. That's a theory I have for enemy-wise. I would love to see Crimson Heads finally in a modern Resident Evil games. Like, what if we really got some Crimson Heads? That would be so cool. Like, please, post in the comments, anyone who watches this, would you love to see Crimson Heads make a return? You know, pre-done liquors. Or what if you saw Crimson Head even evolve into liquor? I recently, with my my son, I watched the first Resident Evil movie with him. He was actually really enjoying it. And they had the liquor mutate, even though when I think of a liquor mutating, I think of them turning into the green thing when you use the BOW gas in the original RE2. But that's my memory of playing that game. Remember the extraordinary green liquors, which didn't make a return in this game, sadly. Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff they had changed that I missed. I really gotta play the OG RE2. Yeah, I know you're there. What the? I have everything because I have not actually completed any of this. Huh. I heard something. But I think it's the game that's really messing with me. But yeah, no. Like, I think so many type of different theories, man. This, by the way, this is obviously liquor monster poop. Yes, they poop. have a hitch pouch. Hitch pouch. Whatever that is, you know. Man, I totally fumble my words. But yeah. Thinking of some more theories. I don't have anyone really talked about theories, talk these on, but what, like I said, oh, Wesker clones. I mean, back in the day when I was like 15 or 16, me and my friend Alex, we were always talking theories like, what if there was that wasn't Wesker who died in the lava pit? What if it was a clone? We were talking about clones as far back as Resident Evil 5. Now, I don't remember when there was talk of a clone in the Resident Evil films, but you know, would have been cool. I didn't know I could do that. I've never shot him down. It's gonna be awkward. Oh, it's gonna be awkward when he tries to get up. I'm sorry,
It's Marvin. I need you back here ASAP.
Are you okay, Marvin?
Oh, they should have actually put some form of a walkie on his side of his shoulder for this gear.
Right there.
But I mean, there are a lot of thorough theories, but it could just be some new character, or it could be a bad guy from one of the previous Resident Evil CG movies too. But frankly, I don't really. It doesn't feel like that. Not to me, anyways. Feels more. I don't know. We just don't really know. I mean, as far as we know, they could have They could have had Billy Cohen and changed his voice, because you know they're not going to use the same voice actors. So you're not going to find someone who sounds the same. When has Wesker ever consistently sounded the same?
Jesus.
I don't think he really has. His voice has changed from OG Resident Evil, GameCube Resident Evil, Code Veronica Resident Evil to RE5 Wesker. And he started to sound kind of British by RE5, not gonna lie. But my favorite voice versions of Albert Wesker are from the GameCube version and Code Veronica. Because Code Veronica has some really nice lines. You take care of this, Chris. You're one of my best men. Da 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 da. Oh yeah, after he just couldn't wall run and just like just attack her. Come on. This guy just never likes to die. This zombie always takes forever. Okay. Hopefully I will not have to deal with those guys. But yeah, no, so many theories we could talk. I mean, you know, Dead Space is in Resident Evil right now. Ha ha ha. So, it still reminds me of the Metroid Federation Trooper helmet. It really does. I'll have to play Dead Space again. I really don't remember that. It's been a minute since I broke a knife, because usually I use like the primal knife. But yeah. I think I'm kind of out of theories. I'm just having a brain fart. But if you guys have any theories, please post in the comments. And I really don't think it's Leon, just because you put Leon's half of his face next to the face of the hooded man. That's just really way out there idea theory, just to try to line a face up. When I see the face, there's like maybe a centimeter of an inch where it's off, and I just doesn't match up in my brain. Really doesn't. It really just, I don't know. Can't think of who it would be per se, but I'm excited for RE9. The excitement, oh man, I had goosebumps when I saw that, and it was found out it was the end game for Summer Game Fest. Whew. There is a zombie still alive, isn't there? Man, just annoying. I also, for the first time ever, found out that you can move multiple of these over. Yeah, but stupidly, I never... We're just gonna leave you there. How do I have one bullet separate from that bullet? Okay, that... Me and my derangement of not doing. But yeah, no. Really kind of a little... I thought JJ from the Resident Evil, I think it was his theory, where he stated that, that what if they found, Kendo's bones at the, gun store. We don't know if he'd really return the gun store, if even that place would survive.
Come here.
But it would be cool if you sort of did go to, what did survive Kendo's thing with this sort of little back store where, what if you had a little bunker there, and that's where you kind of find his bones. That's how I would do it, if you were to find his bones, you know.
Get to that courtyard.
Leftover underground bunker where he would store weapons and fire and things, and then you find some guns there. Yeah. Find a weapon there. That would be fun. But, you know, just a theory. Not anything we say as diehard fans are a fact. They're just opinions and theories, so please take it with a grain of salt and don't take everything someone says on the internet as a fact, because it is not. I'm gonna be getting rid of a lot of stuff. But that should probably be the end of my theory talk video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and please post any theory ideas you have. I would love to read them in here. And to the Critical Drinker and the Residents of Evil members that were on his video and they are together talking theories. Love you guys' series. If you see this, please post a like. I always give you guys likes when I watch your videos. I love your guys' content. Keep up that Resident Evil content with Resident Evil Extra News. I'm just putting my 2 cents after because, you know, I fumble my words and I don't really do a lot of edits. The most I do is a pause macro. But I'm going to upload this as soon as I am done recording. And it's going to go up today. And hopefully I will tag it properly. And I will... please check out the Residents of Evil, the Critical Drinker. Also check out Requiem. He's another good Resident Evil YouTuber. Really love his stuff. Requiem and Kai Morgan, man, please skip up your content. It's amazing. These are all shoutouts if you haven't guessed, by the way, because these people I also look up to as YouTubers. I know I'm small time. I'm not really here for the money. I'm here for the entertainment to give. So play my games, have my freak out moments. I'm working on my records. Going back to Fatal Frame 1. I haven't finished yet, I know, but I have been recording. They're being saved right now because recording is just what I do in my spare time when I have it. When I'm not taking care of a lot of family stuff. There was death in my family a few months back. Sort of finally feel better about it and everything and trying to move forward. And I've put more of my heart into doing YouTube better. And I'm trying anyways. So when I have the time, I'll be uploading some videos and I'm going to try to work on my editing skills. And I hope you enjoy the entertainment that I give you for here. Because I want you to be thoroughly entertained. I want you to even try to check out these games if you can. They're just recommendations, not demands. Not saying that what I'm saying is a fact. I mostly say that what I say is an opinion. Like Sheldon's mom from Big Bang Theory, that's just your opinion. You know? It's just an opinion. That's all I try to say. I'll respect your opinion if you respect mine. The worst thing you could say on the internet to someone who's a fan of something, even if they're a diehard fan of a sports team, is to say they're not an actual fan. I'm sorry, but you can't really say that and think someone's gonna just, like, what, cry about it? Sorry. It doesn't really work like that. I put a lot of time, effort, and a lot of hours from my childhood and my teenage years into Resident Evil, and still, even in my adult years, I still play Resident Evil out of any of my other games. Any time of the day. Just recently played Resident Evil 4 Remake. And I played it on Assisted. Yeah, it was just Assisted, because I was playing for giggles. And I have just something I wanted to do by playing through Assisted, but I played it through Assisted with not dying once and not saving once. And I didn't use first aid spray. I try to make an effort to not use first aid sprays. Made that effort since there was like a thing about not using like first aid sprays, I think, when I read up on the internet for like original Resident Evil 2 or something like that, one of the Resident Evil games. But kind of fundamentally, I try not to use them. But yeah, I mean, I was happy to do no deaths on an assisted playthrough because yes, it's assisted, but I turn off auto aim. I don't like auto aim. I really don't. It messes up my aiming because I don't get to aim where I want to aim. So aim assist is not my key thing, and I really would love to have the third-person view for Resident Evil Requiem. But it would be cool if they had, I don't know, if during I was the following camera in Outbreak, I guess, actually. But it would be cool if you did like some past memory things and had like fixed camera angles, or if they had cameras showing in a level, in just one, not level, in one area where you seeing yourself through cameras in a camera view. That would be cool. I think that happened in Metal Gear Solid, one of the games, 2, maybe. I think it was, where you're like fighting on the elevator with Snake, and that's right, and you have a katana. You're like being viewed through like a camera on the lift while you're fighting a bunch of Invisidudes or whatever. It was really cool. That would be cool. That would be a cool way to do fixed camera angles. I totally just have not ended this video and I keep going. I can't help it. I had some ideas and thoughts and they came out again. Oh man. And I just hear Marvin in the background. I'm sorry, you're in pain, Marvin. It was sad to watch you get hurt in RA3. But yeah. So many ideas or thoughts or theories that we can put out there for this new game to who is this bad guy and whatnot. But like I said, I would love to see the return of Crimson Head zombies. I would love to see, like, remember the first Crimson Head? He was in a coffin, and he was turned into a Crimson Head long time ago, and he was in that coffin for a longer time since when we broke it open. So, not longer time, just a long time. He was Crimson Head before that, and in that coffin a long time. That's why he was locked in there, because they thought they couldn't destroy him. Funny thing how the first zombie doesn't turn into liquor. And now that I think about it, the zombie in the coffin kind of reminded me of the dining hall sequence from the first Resident Evil film with the lickers in the giant square rectangle cage machine things, keeping them in like suspended animation or whatever you want to call it. But that's just my brain. I like to make up fun theories. They're just theories. Remember, I'm not saying facts, so take it as how you want and take it with a grain of salt. But I love theory talking, and if anyone from like Incribbin or Resident Evil or even Spear Hunter, she is also another die-hard Capcom Resident Evil fan. I love some of her videos about Capcom and Onimusha and I mean, those are my 3 bread and butter games from Capcom. You know, Onimusha, Resident Evil, Devil May Cry. Like any other die-hard Capcom fan, we got some favorites. I mean, get the Street Fighter fans too. But I'm not a good fighter game player, so I never played them much. But they're fun, don't get me wrong. But please leave a like, subscribe, and please post your theories in the comments. I would love to read them. Until then, I hope you were thoroughly entertained and enjoyed this little theory spiel talk while I played some Resident Evil 2. Because, you know, we get to go back to Raccoon City. Mass excitement there. Mass excitement. Ooh. I just want to jump up and down like a kid right now, just real excited for this. But I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna end the video here, and I'm gonna get to uploading it, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good time, and I hope you were thoroughly entertained.